You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
I got some bad news.
Bad news.
Thanksgiving is over. The good news is we're back. We are back after a week off. Welcome.
You have to do it in the accent.
Welcome. I can't do a British accent to save my life. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV, where 27 million downloads happen here each week for all your favorite post-show recaps, analysis, and interviews. This is AfterBuzz SmackDown. I'm Christian Rosenberg, and across the table from me, I got Miss Kaori. Takee, how are ya?
I'm good. I'm good.
And next to you, Mr. Romar.
Yep, in the house as always. Oh!
And we immediately switched to Wyatt's music there.
That's cool. Hey, I love his music.
You can't complain about the music.
DJ Steven in the booth.
That's right. He'll be dishing out the ones and twos.
The ones and twos. And the fours and sixes.
Before we get into tonight's SmackDown from Tulsa, we have to touch on something real quick because we were off last week.
Yes.
And we did not get a chance to talk about how Survivor Series went. But more importantly, we need to talk about this.
Yep.
Because what I am holding, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, is the Predictions Championship.
Okay. Well.
I just want to, just talk about that I won 8 for 8 in my picks. That I predicted the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match exactly right to the end with Reigns' sole survivor over Rey Mysterio. You can look it up if you don't believe me.
We don't have to look it up. We can just watch it.
Well, you can watch it too. I can talk about how I picked Natalya to wipe off the other Team Divas.
God,
Well, in the interim, I'm very happy that the belt is back at home with us.
Yes.
But it does look a lot cuter when I'm carrying it.
Yes, it does.
It looks a little obscenely tiny next to you.
I mean, at least it's back on SmackDown. But the problem is now I have to listen to this decrepit theme song that he just poses during every time.
It doesn't look very dashing.
The shades came back. He's even more obnoxious now.
So let us know what you think when you comment of his new revived look.
Yes, please. Make a meme of him holding this $20 styrofoam belt and let us know what you think.
It was on sale for $15 at Toys R Us when I picked it up.
On sale? I deserve better than that.
Hey, I am the first 2-time champion.
Yes, you
at
are.
AfterBuzz.
Wait.
And now I'm just going to call it now because knowing my luck, I'm just going to lose this in 2 weeks at TLC. So I'm just going for the Grand Slam. I won the title at SummerSlam. I reclaimed it at Survivor Series. Now I got to get Rumble and Mania, and then I can retire and go to my mansion in the beach for the Big Four, do the Grand Slam.
You have a match on the beach. Oh,
a mansion on the beach. Well, when you're the champ, you get these things, remember? Last time I had like a Rolls Royce out back with a driver.
That's true.
For a 2-time champion, I got a mansion down on the beach.
Are you OCD as well?
Which beach?
The big one. So, let's get into SmackDown. Hailing from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
3 Mile Island.
I'll take the shades off now. All right.
Cool.
I had my moment of glory, and it was quite glorious. Show starts with Randy Orton coming to the ring. It got this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I was about to take over and just start leading the train if they was going to do that again in pose.
We got it for at least today and next week at least. So
I got to deal with this. That's cool. All
right. So we get a little quick recap of Cena and Orton with their contract signing from Raw. And again, since we were off last week, we have not gotten to talk about the main event for TLC, the Unified Championship match, as it was called on this past Raw. John Cena and Randy Orton in a TLC match. Both titles are being hung above the ladder What do we think of this?
I don't know if I like it or not, and I'm leaning towards no.
Why is that?
Because it's like there's no big glory to me whether John wins or Orton wins. You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, he still has a title.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like it simply because we know what's going to happen.
Everyone since they announced it has been tweeting about it, and I wanted to bring it up. You and I are on the same exact page with this. Because in hopes that since they listen to us, hopefully they hear that we all think this is what's going to happen, and we don't want it to happen, so switch something, swerve us. And the fact that Cena and Orton will both climb the ladder at the same time. Orton will somehow come down with a World Heavyweight title.
Yep.
Cena will come down with a WWE title.
Yep.
And they just magically switch and continue this thing.
And it will keep going. You have to have a match of this magnitude at WrestleMania. That's what it's
Not
for.
necessarily.
I think if you're going to unify the two belts or have one man holding both belts, I think it should be done at either SummerSlam or WrestleMania.
Do you remember when Jericho won the Undisputed title? He won it at Vengeance, which was the last pay-per-view of that year.
And Jericho reminds us every time he can on a tweet or on a TV show or whatever. And he also will tell you that he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in the same night.
Which he did.
Which he did. That, at the time, it was big news, but it's not as big as this seems bigger for some strange reason.
They're trying to make it bigger, and we'll get into. Michael Cole was trying to preface as why it was so big in the main event tonight, so we'll kind of bring that up towards the end of the show. But I find it interesting that they decided, well, maybe they decided, if there is only going to be one winner. And now the promos, since they first announced it, they're all saying, we guarantee one winner. So I think they kind of caught on as like, oh, everyone's just thinking they're going to switch titles.
Yeah.
That they just want to get it done now. So it gives us the hope that either Punk or Bryan wins the Rumble and can go on for the shot. And it won't just be Cena Orton at WrestleMania.
Again. Yeah.
Okay, so people in the chat, we got Green Thunder saying it sucks so bad, not gonna lie, anyone but those two.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
AJ says 2 words, Cena wins. Sloth says if it was 2009, it would be awesome. And then Joseph says, way too early, I think they are trying to rebound from a crappy Survivor Series. I would have said, do it. Royal Rumble got 5 weeks to build up. So, I mean, people have
different opinions.
Most of these people are saying that it's too early.
I think it's a good way to end the year, and then you really build up big for Rumble into Mania 30. I don't
think so.
I think it can. It has the potential.
It has the possibility.
They just can't.
Do it right.
They can't blow it.
Yeah. Yeah. They can mess this up
because they haven't had the greatest luck of the last few pay-per-views based on the consensus from overall what people are saying.
Because they threw entirely too many in over the last 3 months. We've had like 12 pay-per-views.
I think the WWE title was going back and forth, and it was all messed up and confused. And
in abeyance.
Cena came up a lot earlier, out of his injury a lot earlier, and I think they basically want to give it back to him, and so they're trying to work their way to get it back to him.
You think?
And it's just. It's just, I don't know. I don't
We're going
like
to find a way to put it on Cena.
Yeah.
Got to put it on Cena.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, Orton starts off SmackDown talking about how, from Raw, Cena left him, battered and bruised, but he was still be tough, and he wanted to apologize to the Authority for it. And he is quickly then interrupted by one Daniel Bryan, which was to the pleasant surprise of everyone. Wait, I thought Daniel Bryan was removed from the title picture. What's going on? And Daniel Bryan comes out and is like, what you need to do is apologize about the fact that you're pretending to be a champion, that you have never legitimately beat me one-on-one, and whichever one of you wins at TLC, I'm the one first in line waiting for that title shot. I am fine with that.
Sure.
Thank you. Wow, really?
No, I'm fine with that too.
It's hard to get excited now with the Daniel Bryan thing after they teased it, took it away.
Yeah.
And now we're just like, okay, we'll just wait till WrestleMania.
You gotta believe, Rome. You gotta believe.
No, because he's gonna go and fear the beards with the Wyatts and stuff. So I just want to wait till WrestleMania when they're really gonna do it.
And I feel like they really don't want to do it anytime soon. They're just not having it.
Well, needless to say, Daniel Bryan challenges Randy Orton to a match tonight. The crowd saying yes. Randy Orton says no, then walks out of the ring. Then we come back for commercial, and we find out the match is happening tonight. We never got Vicky on TV saying it's going to happen. We never got Randy's reaction that it's going to happen.
Yep.
It's just happening.
Just showed up tonight.
All right. Good main event to have. And let's see how they build up to it. And we start off actually with a very entertaining match. Fandango versus Big E Langston and Damian Sandow on commentary. We were talking a couple weeks ago about the bizarre match, like the throne feud that was happening between Ziggler and Sandow. But what they ended up doing with it was brilliant, because on Raw they pretty much announced, all right, it was kind of best of 3 series of different style matches, and the winner of this rubber match earns the #1 contender spot for the Intercontinental title. We made people fight to earn a shot at the mid-card title. We made them earn it. We made it relevant, and we got 2 weeks to build it. Hey, how about that?
Works.
I'm ecstatic for it.
They're actually doing it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this match to happen between Big E and Sandow. I said months ago that Sandow would be a perfect Intercontinental champion. However, I love Big E having a title, being a fighting champion, and he just got it. So
Now
I'm
you don't know.
absolutely torn
Yeah, you don't
as to
know.
who I think is going to win. I got another week to think about it, but I am completely torn right now.
I agree. It's funny because when Big E walked in today and on SmackDown, I'm thinking, man, this is the best title right now. The best title match right now going on into TLC.
Yeah, and very well
It
be,
is.
because again, Ambrose again doesn't have a opponent for his title.
He doesn't
Still
count
doesn't.
yet.
Yeah. But the thing about Ambrose is it's the exact opposite of when Axel had it. Not the U.S. title, but the Intercontinental title. When Axel carried the Intercontinental title, it was just a thing.
It was just kind of there.
Yeah, it was devalued. It was just sitting on him. With Big E, it actually seems like it means something.
Right, because he's being a fighting champion.
Yeah, he's fighting with it. He's having matches for it. For some reason,
Ambrose is kind of turning into Axel.
but
not
it's
the rest- not the rest of
same.
him, but-
Yeah, because we see him every week. He's not putting up the belt, but he's coming out
still
every
competing in main event matches.
great
and,
matches,
yeah.
and he's still with the Shield, and that Shield swagger still carries that. So a lot of people have even forgotten that Ambrose is a champion.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, wait, he still has a
Yep.
title.
Still got a belt.
Good match here with Fandango and Big E. Fandango, some good offense in this match, too. A huge clothesline outside the ring and a nice Pele kick in the middle of the ring to only get a 2 count, though. Sandow on commentary, though. And I loved it. And this is a classic strategy of a match. Sandow mentioned that Big E is strong, but he makes mistakes, and he'll capitalize on it. So we're going to have the brains versus brawn match.
Yep.
Great. And Sandow also mentioned that Big E suffers from constipation of the brain.
So wise.
I love Sandow so much.
Smart.
His insults
I love
hold
diarrhea of the mouth and constipation of the brain.
I gotta start insulting people on that level.
That's great.
So good.
It's so good. Big E eventually makes a comeback, hits the big ending for the win, and then him and Sandow have a little stare down where Big E holds up the Intercontinental title. It's like, hey, these two really want this title. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, I never would have guessed that the big guy holding the belt above his head and the guy who was jumping in the ring behind him, that they were actually going to meet for that belt. It's amazing.
I know.
It's funny how that works out.
But no, but I love the fact he's like, hey, Sandow really wants that title. Big E's like, this is my title. I'm going to defend it against you. We haven't had the Intercontinental title act like that probably since Cody had it.
Yeah, it hadn't been
been a
featured
while.
like that in a long time.
Doesn't help that Axel had it for a long time.
I mean, Axel had it, and even
Uselessly had it for a long time.
even when Miz and Kofi briefly had him as well earlier in the year, it still wasn't like what we've just seen the
Kofi had
last
for
few
like
weeks.
a week, right?
A few weeks.
Yeah, I don't even remember when he had it. I just, we'll get to him later.
All right.
Yeah. Tragic tales of Kofi Kingston.
Then we go right into this tag team match. It kind of surprised me where it was on the night, but all of a sudden, second match right out the gate. We have a nice first match, and then boom, tag champions Cody Rhodes and Goldust
The Rhodesies.
taking on Mr. Curtis Axel, who we were just talking about, and Ryback, a.k.a. we have nothing for these guys, so let's team them up.
Yep.
They're calling them Rybaxel in the chat.
I like that.
Yes.
That's good.
Rybaxel or Axback?
Rybaxel.
I think Rybaxel's better.
Rybaxel is
Let's go with
much, much
Rybaxel.
better. Yeah.
Rybaxel.
The creative has nothing
That
for
sounds
you,
like
group.
that sounds like some like prescription medication.
Sloth says it sounds like an 80s porn star. Rybaxel.
All right, Sloth. I'm glad he does his research with that. Actually, some nice double team moves by Ryback and Axel in this. There was a cool little move where Ryback just kind of Irish whipped Axel into the ropes, into one
tight
clothesline.
rope, too.
Yeah, into the
near the corner.
near the corner, into the turnbuckle, a splash on Goldust, which was then followed right away by a splash from Ryback. Hot tag to Cody. Cody cleaning house. Hits a disaster kick off the announce table on Ryback.
Proves you don't have to have that spring to do it.
He just showed he doesn't need it.
For me.
Move of the match. Move. Oh, we're not gonna just have match of the night. We're just gonna move up each match.
Move of the match.
I like
What was your move of the first match?
I don't even remember.
All right. Well, moves that stand out to you. The disaster kick off the announce table. But then as Cody heads in the ring, Axel rolls him up, and Curtis Axel and Ryback pin the tag team champions in a non-title match. So, I mean, this kind of makes sense with, we also had Ryback and Goldust 101 on this past main event. It looks like Axel and Ryback are the next ones to get a tag title shot.
I like the idea of Axel and Ryback being tag team partners, actually. And
I'm okay with them giving it a shot. You know, like, you can do the thing with, depending on whenever Paul Heyman returns, and depending on how they do, say they win, so you're like, hey, see, we can succeed without Heyman. Or if they lose, Heyman comes back and see, you can't win nothing without me.
I mean, from a year ago, the tag teams have exponentially gotten more entertaining. It's probably the most interesting division for me right now.
Well, they're growing the tag team division more and more. Next year is going to be huge. In fact, someone tweeted to me the fact that sometime next year, WWE has some tryouts like throughout the year in different parts of the country, and they're having one exclusively for tag teams in 2014.
But
nice.
Which is crazy. The thing, like, you can only go there if you're a legitimate tag team that's working, around the country.
That's awesome.
And now it's fantastic.
It's a very entertaining division right now. We've got the Real Americans, the Usos, even the primetime players. Those three are just phenomenal.
And they're like at the bottom. Oh no! We got Los Matadors and 3MB behind them.
Yeah, get it right.
But still,
the Real Americans are not at the bottom.
But hey, look, I just named 5 tag teams like that are nowhere near the title picture.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I couldn't name you 5 tag teams. Period.
Yeah, it would take a while.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic, and as you see, and we're gonna get into it later. There's a tag team title match nominated for match of the year.
Yep.
And with 2 legitimate tag teams, which is great.
Yep.
So I really like where they're going with this. And we'll see how this actually plays out. I mean, it's clear that it's going to happen at TLC.
Yeah.
But good. Ryback and Axel.
Yep, I can go
maybe this can work.
I can hang out.
If they don't win, we'll see how it transforms from there. Maybe they just continue being powerhouse. Maybe they kind of turn into a comedic duo.
I kind of see that possibility for them. I'm hoping that's not it.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
But I can kind of see it going that way if it goes bad for them.
Well,
they got Los Matadors as the comedic duo.
Yeah.
If they last.
They won't.
El Torito's going to last longer than Los Matadors.
Yeah, he's going to take.
And I feel so bad because Primo and Epico, I'm sorry, Fernando and Diego are great wrestlers.
Yep.
They really are.
It happens. It happens.
El Torito's going to team up with Rey Mysterio.
Or is El Torito Rey Mysterio? Think about it. And let's get some bad news from Mr. Bad News Barrett, who now has brown hair.
He's always had brown hair.
No, he hasn't. It's been jet black for years.
Was it jet black? I've always thought he was a dashing.
I thought it was black, but I'm not gonna admit anything because I don't know because I hadn't studied him that closely.
Yeah,
well, look, it looks like he showed up after he finished a photo shoot for J. Crew.
Yeah, true.
He's hot. Just let it out there. For all the women out there, he's hot. Okay.
God.
What's wrong with that? You guys
You only like.
ogle AJ Lee and Natalia and
But
everybody.
we also credit all their wrestling. Your favorite people are the ones that you find the hottest.
No,
Cesaro,
Barrett,
No.
Titus.
do you think about all those guys are legitimately really good wrestlers? And also,
Titus is getting there.
Name 3 Cesaro moves, and you can't name the big spin.
I was gonna say the big
Besides the swing, name 3 Cesaro moves. Go.
the uppercut.
Uppercut, that's one. We'll give it to you. We'll give you the uppercut.
The suplex thingy.
Which is
Suplex
called.
thingy.
I don't know what it's called.
And she do it again.
That thing.
It's called.
And then his We the People move.
The pose?
Yeah.
The pose is a
Name the
move.
pose.
So we have the uppercut, the pose, and the suplex
and
thingy.
the M Bison stomp.
Okay, the bison
Okay,
jump. We'll give you that
We'll
one.
give you that.
Oh, wow. I love you, Kaori. I love you so
you.
much. All right. Wade Barrett's got some bad news for us, guys. Unfortunately, he's got bad news for the Tulsa crowd.
Yes.
And they are all cowardly, gullible sheep who are ultimately going to fall onto one another for the slaughter.
And once again,
Boom! Hashtag bad news Barrett.
It's funny that this is happening, but I don't quite understand what the point of it is.
I love the fact he's back on TV.
Yes, that is a good
Because
point.
we've been
found
missing
something.
him.
Yeah, they found something for him.
We found something. Can this be taken seriously when he actually wrestles?
Right.
I think in a weird way this is gonna work.
I hope.
I actually
I
believe
hope
it's gonna work
for him so
he
badly.
Needed something, and this. At first, when I saw it, I thought, "Oh, it's gonna be cheesy. This isn't gonna work." But his delivery is actually spot
It's
on.
pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty
pretty
hilarious.
good.
The JBL and Cole show created a gimmick for a guy.
Yeah, you never would have.
Think about
It
that.
worked.
It works. Hey, whatever works works.
Well, let's see how it works when he actually starts wrestling again. How is it gonna
Will it carry
blend
over?
with the wrestling?
Yeah, I think it'll carry over.
All right.
I hope, because he's a good wrestler.
I do too. Alberto Del Rio versus Kofi Kingston. Alberto still furious over his loss to Hun Cara on Raw. Oh, did I say Hun Cara? I meant Sin Cara.
Hun Cara.
You know, the guy
Cara.
that dressed up as Sin Cara on Raw.
Cynical.
Cynical. We'll just go with that. Cynical. Why did Sin Cara foursquare that he was in a Mexican restaurant down in Mexico? Or a restaurant down in Mexico, I
He
should
wanted
say.
people to know.
I believe he's
During Raw.
sabotaging.
wasn't the real him.
Yeah, I think he's either attempting to sabotage his WWE contract or
Or he knew he was done trying to sabotage Hunico.
yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
pretty much.
I
he said
mean,
it's over.
wow.
Yeah,
Because I was watching it in here, over here with
here.
the Raw crew, and we're watching. We're like, as we're watching, we're like, oh, Sin Cara got some ink. Cool. Hey,
He's
this
a
match
little
pretty
bigger.
good. Sin Cara won the match.
Yeah.
And then, like, as they were coming on, we all thought, oh, that wasn't what?
Yeah, was not him.
It's just like.
Yep, was not him. He
Wow.
was bigger. He had a tat. You know.
So clearly, Del Rio was pissed because he studied to wrestle Sin Cara, didn't know he was going to wrestle Hunico and lost, and took that aggression out on Kofi Kingston because Kofi comes to the ring, he stands on the second rope to do his usual pose, and the split second his feet hit that rope, Del Rio smacks him. He flies over the top rope, falls hard,
Yeah, that was a nice sale.
and Del Rio absolutely destroys Kofi. No actual match takes place.
No, Bill never wrong.
What are they doing with Kofi?
That's what we always want to know. What are they going
It's
to
like
do?
they
What
do.
are they doing?
We have 6 months of asking what are they doing with Kofi. Then we have 3 months of him in a feud for like the Intercontinental United States title, him winning the title for a little bit, then losing it. And then we get 6 more months of him just being destroyed by everyone.
It just feels like he's an elite jobber.
Yeah, he is the top enhancement talent guy now.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
They need him for every TLC. They need him for
Every Rumble.
single Rumble. And he gets great pushes during those. But for some strange reason, when it comes to singles action, he gets buried. I don't know why. They'll give him a 2-week push and then a 6-month burial and then another 2-week push just to let you know this guy can still do something. I don't get it.
You know, you said something when we were watching it tonight that had me thinking. You were joking about Booker T in this situation.
Yeah.
Saying saying that, oh, maybe that was an imposter Kofi, and it was, or like maybe they should have an imposter Kofi and be Booker T, and he pull off the win.
Yeah, and he'll
That's
win.
hilarious.
Yeah. Let Booker come out, do his thing.
Who's like twice his size, but
pull all of Kofi's moves off,
Yeah,
and then win a
right.
match.
If he can pull off all of Kofi's moves, that'd be incredible.
Right.
That'd be incredibly impressive.
But you had me thinking, because they're not doing anything with Booker, why not make Booker his manager?
His manager, his mentor.
His
something
mentor.
like that.
All of a sudden, like Booker tries to like pull him aside, and just and maybe even a heel turn.
Because I'm the five-time.
Help guide him.
Yeah.
Maybe put the United States title back on him, but give him a legit run with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a random thought.
Did he anger someone? Or
I don't
I mean,
know.
we all know the rumors.
Maybe he
about the
doesn't
fans,
want
but
it. I don't know. I doubt that, of course.
Who is in the business that doesn't
He has a
want it?
kid, and he's like, I want to be with my kid. I don't know. I'm just trying
He's
to think.
still on the road.
He's still on the
know.
road 250 nights a year.
I don't know. He's on main event all the
I mean,
time.
I would
too.
take that spot. I would walk into creative. I would walk straight up to Stephanie McMahon and ask, what is Booker T doing? Is there a possibility?
Yeah.
Can we do something? I've wanted to work with Booker T for years. I mean,
Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
he's
I mean,
one of the greatest in-ring workers I've ever had the pleasure of seeing in person. I've always wanted to meet him. I've always wanted to work with him. And now I got his hair, apparently. But, yeah. I don't see how Coffey's not taking that step forward.
I think that would be an interesting connection, and we're just completely throwing something out of left field. Who knows? Let's see if you guys agree with what we're saying. Let us know by going on iTunes and liking and subscribing, leaving comments, and of course giving us that 5-star rating. And we do all different great AfterBuzzes. I mean, we do SmackDown, Raw, NXT, Main Event, Total Divas. If you like The Voice, I've spent the week interviewing some of the final 10, so you can check those out too, as well as any other television show that you watch. Most likely AfterBuzz does it. And of course, you can check out the schedule of all the shows on AfterBuzzTV.com, as well as leaving us comments there or on the YouTube page when the video is up. Please tell us what you like. Tell us if you like that idea with Booker with Kofi, because I think it'd be interesting. And
Anything would be interesting.
and Phil, and if you want to praise the fact that I am your 2-time predictions champion, I will allow that as well.
Don't do that.
Why? Why not? The Rosebuds rejoiced over Thanksgiving.
They've been
They
cheering.
forgot.
Yeah, they did.
Rosebuds will wilt.
I'm sorry. The Rosebuds are well over 1,000 followers now. Thank you.
Oh, excuse me.
1,000 followers. Yes. That's about half as much as 2,000 followers.
Steven is the worst hype man in history. What the hell was that? I am never bringing you on stage.
At this rate, you'll get to 2,000 in, 2015?
I'm working on it.
Cool. All right. We'll see. I only reach thousands of people a week, but, 1,000 followers.
How many you got?
Not as many as you.
Thank you.
Because I haven't been here as long, and I don't wear shirts like that.
Oh. They're not following me for the
Let's talk about
shirts.
followers, okay?
They're not following me
If they're-
for the shirts, even though they love them.
Follow us on Twitter.
That's right, baby.
I'll put a picture of her up as my profile picture, and I have 10,000 followers like tomorrow.
No. I don't have a lot of followers.
It's because you don't have the right picture up.
I know, I don't, yeah. Well, it's true.
What's happening? Let's talk about the Shield, shall we?
Go ahead.
Sell my soul? No.
Let's talk about the Shield.
Keep it classy, Kaori.
I know. I do my best.
That's right. The Shield. Backstage promo with the Shield. And we finally got the tease of what we've been waiting for.
Yep. Dissension.
And it came out of nowhere. Because tonight, CM Punk is taking on one of the members of the Shield. We don't know who.
The best one.
Reigns.
What he said.
Reigns is leading the promo, which he normally doesn't do. And he did a great job at it, too.
Yep.
Reigns talks about how Reigns brings up actually CM Punk's injured ribs. He's like, "Can we can hurt all of your ribs," and you're like, "Can't wait to destroy you." And Rollins cuts him off, saying, "No, whoa, we don't want to destroy him tonight. We want to leave a little bit left of him for the pay-per-view when it's 3-on-1, so we can all just dismantle him and end CM Punk for good." And then Reigns starts again, saying like, "Well, we're dealing with the best in the world, guys, which means we need the best." and the baddest man of the Shield to go and take him out tonight. And then it gets cut off by Ambrose. And it's like, that's me.
Yep.
And Ambrose walks off to go take on Punk.
Only words.
And Reigns looks confused.
He looks great.
Ooh, I love this.
He's another hottie. Just saying.
Oh, God.
Why?
Name 3 Roman Reigns moves. Go.
That's tough.
Someone in the chat just said they have 1,500 followers.
Roman Reigns 1, 2, and 3.
Did you just say Roman Reigns
1, 2, and 3. That's the 3 moves.
Yeah.
You can't even think of his finisher?
No.
Oh, my God, Kaori.
Someone in the chat roll, please.
Oh, God.
Please help us.
People, please don't hurt Kaori in the comments this week.
I know, don't hurt me.
He's got
We
left
love her.
B, up A.
It's a beauty pageant for me every
Hold
Friday.
A, move the joystick around L, R at the same time.
She's like, oh, forget his moves. Is he taking his shirt off? Like, what?
Left, right,
Is he
up,
sweating
down,
yet?
select, start. I think that was a code in Contra.
I want to see his muscles.
God. All right. Well,
They called you
that leads.
raunchy.
What they call it?
Someone in the chat roll called her raunchy.
Raunchy? We haven't gotten to
That's a bit of a
Cesaro
stretch.
yet.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about her
just
her
wait.
number 1 yet.
Yeah.
My number
Where's
one.
the action figure?
That's at home in bed.
Move on. Moving on. Moving on.
That guy in the chat is onto something. CM Punk versus Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
Outstanding match.
Yes.
We've been like waiting. It's like we're looking at present versus future right now.
Yep. As soon as
And-
they came out, we said pay-per-view
true.
quality.
Yes.
true.
I mean, good timing, good flow. There's something about Dean Ambrose. I mean, he doesn't do a ton of moves per se, but it's his movement. It's just how he paced the ring. When he like crept out of the ring to climb the ropes at one point, just how he did it. It's just so, not to kind of like compare him to Randy Orton, but it's very slithery-like.
Slithery.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just his movements. It's just like
It's in the small
You-
moments.
it's those little moments. I mean, you can't take your eyes off him when he's in a tag team and he's not in the match.
Yeah.
And put him in the ring with Punk, it's just money written all over it.
And they gave it away for free.
And they gave it away for free. Was this the first time on TV that the two of them met one-on-one? I think it was.
I'm not sure. I see the Shield so frequently, I don't even remember now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's been in the ring with Punk
Yeah.
before, but I don't know if there was a
I don't know
one-on-one
if
match.
yeah, I'm not
Before-
sure.
But beautiful match. Punk ends up getting the win with the GTS, but a lot of good counters. Just really fun, scientific match to watch.
And they can be even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that match can be
I mean,
so much
well, I
even better,
mean,
and
they
were good.
probably did it this way, which is great.
Yeah,
We're like,
deal.
you know what? We don't have to get even bigger because,
Yeah.
like you said, it's on for free.
Yeah. Don't give it away.
Why do we need to go all out?
Yeah. Do not give it away. Let it happen.
Renee Young backstage with Rey Mysterio, and you know, Renee's asking Rey, "You've been both a WWE champion for about an hour and a world heavyweight champion, which he had a legit reign for. What would it mean to you to be able to consider yourself the unified champion, and hold both titles at once?" And Rey's just, you know, getting good old Rey Mysterio. Oh, Renee, that would be just like the utmost feeling in the world. And he's quickly interrupted by the Real Americans and Zeb Coulter, which we saw this happening the second that Rey Mysterio returned. However, Rey Mysterio kind of put Zeb in his place and be like, I always say 619.
Yeah.
I'm from San Diego.
Like, dude, I'm from San Diego.
I'm actually born and raised in America.
Yeah.
But Mexico's in my heart.
yeah.
And he calls the Real Americans hypocrites. And that apparently really angered Cesaro, who was given a lot of interesting facial
Oh, he
expressions
was
during this.
great.
Coming all across Zeb's back.
He was way better than Swagger.
Well, Swagger didn't know who to look at.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like,
Go look at him. Go look at
I
him.
don't even
wait,
think
Ray's the one talking, but Zeb's kind of, Renee's here. She's kind of cute. Cesaro's
but
my
Cesaro
partner.
was
Should I look at
completely
the
in
camera? Should
character.
I?
It was
Yeah.
so funny.
He was
Yeah.
in the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Zeb tells Ray to meet them in a ring, find an amigo of his choice, and see the Real Americans in the ring later
And
on
you
tonight.
thought it would be
Hunko or Hunkara. or Cynico.
Cynico.
Yeah, you were raising your hand, begging us to
I was like, pick me!
point at you.
It was like, it made so much sense. However, the partner was not him, and the partner was, we'll find out in a little bit. For those
called a tease.
For those of you that just listen to us and not watch the show, but we recommend you should do both
not
anyway.
hot. Mm-hmm.
Who's not hot?
The tease guy. Who goes?
Okay, so we know it's so in Cora's mind, we know it's not Cesaro who's going to be wrestling him.
It's not Cesaro,
not Reigns, not
Titus,
Titus, and not Barrett.
So there you go.
By the way, you seem like a lot of heels.
I like heels.
She likes bad guys.
I like bad guys.
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Good girls like bad guys.
God, this is going so south.
Which doesn't sound which makes me wonder more about Showtime, Josh. Anyway.
Divas action. Natalya taking on Tamina. AJ down on commentary.
She did good too.
AJ did great. Calling Natalya.
applause.
I don't want to take anything away from Natalya. She's a very talented, bland wrestler.
That was
It's like, wow.
Great line.
And we know we have, again, a build-up for another match for, like, the undercard of the pay-per-view. AJ versus Natalya for the Divas title. It's now Natalya's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we'll get into that next week. But we've been wanting this one for a while now. This match could be fantastic.
Yeah, this could be a great match.
And I'm pretty certain it will be. Tamina pretty much dominated this entire match and then went for the top rope splash, missed, and then Natalya pinned her from the missed splash, and Natalya gets the win.
Tamina hadn't been in that great of a security guard.
She's losing a lot for being Diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel kind of went on to win the title.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Before Sean.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did win it before Sean. That's true. And one thing that I love Natalya, and obviously no one can question her wrestling because it's always top notch. I do wonder why she always looks incredibly shocked when she wins.
Because
it's like 1, 2, 3. What?
If you watch Total Divas, you see that she thinks all the other divas are prettier than her. So when she wins, she's like, "Oh my God, they're pushing me."
Or it's like the Taylor Swift of wrestling.
Oh wow, I love that. Wow, that was.
You are.
That was.
You know.
I love that.
You know, just made up for not being able to name a single Roman Reigns move right there.
Oh, that was the line of the night.
Thank you.
She completely redeemed herself from earlier.
Yes, she did.
Jeez.
Oh, that one hurt.
Okay. And then we go right into the Funkadactyls giving us our WWE Shop Zone ad.
Yes, I would applaud again.
They did this for 2 SmackDowns in a row. They did it last week. Well, it was all the Total Divas last week. This week, just the Funkadactyls.
They can keep selling stuff for all I care.
It was kind of ridiculous, but it was fine. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
they were dancing. They were arguing. We had the girl by, even though she didn't leave.
She kept whacking her hair at Trinity. I mean,
her weave.
Naomi.
You know, the Santa hat was the bomb.com.
Yeah.
And,
I'm surprised we didn't see Vinny in there.
Yeah, Vinny showed up.
And I got really scared when Cameron said, and you could save an extra 20% by typing F-U-N-K.
Yeah, I got scared too, but she did it.
Oh, God.
She did it. It wasn't awkward.com after all.
She got it right.
I'm like, no, she's spelling, oh no.
Yeah.
Whew, okay. It just sounded.
You probably got nervous just trying to spell it right here.
I did.
Yeah, see?
I'm like, my job's on the line. All right. Real Americans now in the ring. And Rey Mysterio comes out. Who is his partner? Again, I'm thinking it's Hunkara or Cynico.
That was pretty good. Did you do the whole thing?
Nah, I don't get past the Big Show.
That's pretty good.
The only part.
But yeah,
It's the Big Show.
That's even better.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
wow, he's a better hype man for you than me.
Yeah, we work really good together.
Yeah.
He's offended by your shirt.
I'm sorry? Who can be offended by this greatness?
And now the host of SmackDown without roses on his shirt. The amazing, the wonderful,
What?
the all-around charcoal cookie. Romo.
You know what?
Hashtag charcoal cookie.
That was great.
You no longer have the Roman army. You have the charcoal cookies.
No, the
it has
army
been
is
said.
strong.
It is done.
The army is
charcoal
strong.
cookies.
The army stays.
No, the army is going to the cafeteria for
However,
some charcoal cookies.
Charcoal cookie is good. I must admit. Wow,
was great.
Between Taylor Swift of wrestling and charcoal cookie, we're kicking out the hashtags tonight.
Oh my God. If this is not the greatest SmackDown ever,
yeah.
it's got to be top 3.
We're moving in that direction.
Wow. So anyway, yeah, Rey Mysterio
He's got to introduce me next week now.
Okay. I'll just start it and then he'll just cut me off.
Come in. Like,
Fine.
on the other side, I'm joined by, and then just Steven takes
And
it.
just mute my mic.
Yeah.
And then we'll go.
Got to change that lower third.
Okay. Yeah. Change it to charcoal cookies.
Yeah.
Change it to charcoal cookies. So yeah, if you couldn't figure it out, Rey Mysterio's partner was Big Show. If you couldn't figure it out from that.
That's where we started. That's right.
Yeah, that's how we started this whole thing. So apparently Big Show is no longer in a feud with Triple H. They just completely wiped that.
They tend to do that from time to time.
I mean, Big Show. Does Triple H still own Big Show's house?
I think the WWE thinks they have a neuralizer.
Oh.
And they just neuralize the audience.
They went all Men in Black on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Except all of us had shades on, so it didn't work.
Gotcha. Rey Mysterio gets the pinfall by doing a splash off of Big Show's shoulders. So after he jumps, he's over 10 feet in the air.
Well, easily.
And gets the win for that team? Question mark?
Yeah.
Are they going to put the giant and the
more
smallest together?
It's not that big question mark. I thought it was kind of cool.
Just add another tag team.
But we don't need a, but.
Because then we're just starting to get ridiculous.
Yeah, now I love the tag teams when you're not putting singles wrestlers together.
Like, let's not do that and give them a push when the Usos are so much more deserving right now.
Yeah, no Usos tonight.
Yeah, no Usos.
They seem to be on every show every week.
Yeah.
And we had none of them tonight.
Yep.
They've turned me into a fan. Like, I love watching them now.
Well, Kaori can attest, for months, I was claiming them as the lowest people on the card with Pyro.
Yeah.
He was like,
that's
he was
true.
so proud of that.
I was so proud of that. And then it was like, oh, wait, they're giving them time. Oh, wait, they're letting them win.
Yep.
Oh, wait, they're giving them good matches.
Yep,
I apologize.
Yep.
So, yeah, that happened. So, yeah, I don't know where the Usos were tonight, but we'll see what happens with Big Show and Mysterio. Awesome video package here of former champions.
Yes.
Typing up the Unified Championship match. You got Hogan, you got Backlund, Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Austin Rock, on and on and on. Edge was even in there too.
Edge was there. Book was there.
Booker too, yeah. Eddie too.
Yep.
It's just a great package. And hopefully we see more of these with other champions.
Yeah.
As we get closer.
Nobody does a marketing promo better than the WWE.
This is true. But I got some bad news for you.
Oh, what's that?
Bad news, Barrett is back.
I keep thinking you're going to say Bad News Bears.
Someone on the Raw AfterBuzz, I don't remember which one of them, so I apologize. They said, was someone in creative just watching the Bad News Bears movie and like, I got it.
This is what we're going to do.
We have nothing for this guy. You're going to put bad news in front of his name.
And just send him out there.
Because
sign.
nobody remembers Bad News Brown?
Yeah.
Which I loved.
That's what I think.
He was one of my first. He was one of the first heels that I loved, if not the first. I was a huge fan of Bad News Brown. But we got Bad News Barrett now. And he's like, hey, I got good news. After the TLC pay-per-view, we're guaranteed to only have one champion. Like, that's good news. Hey, we don't have to have all this confusion that there's a secondary world champion. However, for the same man, I have some bad news. He will have a target painted on his chest. I can't do British.
Are you really?
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Please don't.
He will have a target painted on his chest. He'll be hunted like a rabid wolf. He'll be punched and pummeled from every angle. Traps will be laid out for this man. This man will be the envy of the locker room. Thus, he is doomed for destruction. Boom! Hashtag Bad News Barrett.
Well done, Barrett.
It almost sounds like almost Sandow-ish.
Kind of,
but it's more. It's just more bully-ish than smart.
Wow. again, we'll see where this goes.
We'll see where it goes.
Main event time, Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton.
Yay.
And this is how we were talking about earlier as far as like the undisputed title and things like that. Michael Cole made an interesting clarification about this on the commentary. He brought up the fact that some people have been confused of, well, didn't Chris Jericho win the undisputed title? Not necessarily the case of what they're talking about. He won the WWE and WCW unified title. However, the World Heavyweight Championship, according to them, has been around since 1905. And the WWE Championship was in the 60s from Buddy Rogers. That's what's being unified.
Are we really
That is what Michael Cole said on commentary.
The same. Now, let me get this straight.
Go ahead.
The World Heavyweight Championship,
Which was what WCW
which
called
was
it.
the WCW Championship belt, is in no way, shape, or form affiliated with the WCW Championship belt. That's what the WWE is trying to sell us.
Yes.
Even though it's the exact same belt.
Yes. Well, no, it's a little smaller.
Yeah, it's a little smaller. They got a different design or something. They made it shinier. I don't. Huh.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, I never said that they were geniuses at the
So-
WWE.
So what they're trying to say is the great David Arquette was a WCW champion, but never a World Heavyweight champion. I'm okay with that one.
Yeah. We can go
that
with
one I can live with.
We can go with that. And the fact that that happened in my hometown still offends me. It happened in Birmingham, Alabama. Luckily, I was not at that show. I stopped going to WCW shows like most people.
Thus their demise.
Yeah.
Good match. We've seen this match the last few months, but good match. Daniel Bryan up top for his headbutt, and then all of a sudden,
Yep.
that's my cue for the Wyatts.
Yeah.
Because I can't do the blah.
And I had just said about 5 minutes before then, I said, we had no Wyatts tonight.
Yeah, and then lights out. Harper and Rowan standing outside the ring. Bryan's looking at him. Clothesline from behind by Orton, and Bryan bounces off the ropes into an RKO.
Beautiful.
Which looked great.
Beautiful.
Orton gets the win, and then Bray Wyatt appears on the Titantron once again. I did not write the whole thing down, because I know you guys are worried about that. But
you didn't tell everyone to shut up so you could type.
I did not.
That's
I did not do
true.
that. I did not do that. However, I did get a couple key points on. Pretty much saying, like, I don't mean to haunt you like this, Bryan. Boo!
That didn't work. That didn't work the same.
Well, I'm not Bray Wyatt. I'm not dressed up. I was dressed up with him last month.
Yeah.
And you were very itchy with that beard from Party City.
That beard was falling in my mouth.
I could take this in a completely different direction.
But we're a PG show. How many times must you cross this burning bridge before you realize you don't have to fight this alone? At TLC, you will finally realize what you are. Join us.
He has a beard.
He has a beard.
He does have a beard.
Follow the beard.
Isn't there a Slammy for best beard
and
this year?
They're all about lambs, and he's a goatee, so it can work out.
It could.
Lambs, goat, and sheep.
So match of the night, what we got? I think it's got to be Punk Ambrose.
I got the Champions promo.
Promo.
The promo video.
I got the promo.
Okay,
video.
the video was the match of the night for you. Got it.
Hey. I love the WWE.
It was a great promo video.
Yeah, it took me back.
I would say Real Americans versus.
Of course, shut up.
Mysterio and Big Show? You thought that was the best match of the
I
night?
liked it.
It was good.
Because Cesaro was in it.
Overall,
Big Show was. I thought Big Show and the Little Man
honestly,
worked well together.
overall, from beginning to end, I really enjoyed the SmackDown.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
It built up the undercard pretty well for the pay-per-view. We had a great match with Punk and Ambrose. Solid match with Orton and Bryan, building those feuds up. Wyatt's. I thought it built the pay-per-view up well, and we still got a whole nother week for it.
Yeah.
And this Monday on Raw, we actually have the Slammy Awards.
Yes.
And we not have a prediction style or anything, but we're going to just really quickly,
Very quickly,
run down the Slammy Award nominations. We're just going to pick who's going to win them.
All right, Superstar of the Year. Presenter Shawn Michaels. Is it John Cena, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Big Show, or Brock Lesnar? How fast was that?
That was pretty fast.
That was really fast, and I'm going to say Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, because Shawn Michaels presented it.
Yep, I say Daniel Bryan as well, and he should win because he is phenomenal. Okay, Diva of the Year presenter.
I thought AJ was phenomenal.
AJ Lee, the Bella Twins, the Funkadactyls, Natalia, Caitlyn, or Eva Marie?
Diva of the Year. If Eva Marie wins, we riot. And
got that right.
And our tweet of the week.
That ready.
We're gonna start a tweet of the week.
Eventually, we keep saying this.
Well, no, I have it up.
You have.
So we'll say this is the first tweet of the week.
Compared against mine.
From @SweetGirlyChick. I swear, if Eva Marie wins Diva of the Year, I will stick my head in my Easy Bake Oven and end it all. Please don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
We're not endorsing that.
First off, if your head fits in an Easy Bake Oven, that's kind of...
I have to see you personally if that... yeah, I have to see that.
Please don't do that at all.
Yeah.
However, I can understand being very angry if Eva Marie wins. That being said,
Yes.
AJ better win.
AJ, please.
Do you guys even have to ask me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Next one.
Double Cross of the Year presenters, The Shield. So there's 4. Triple H pedigrees Daniel Bryan, allowing Randy Orton to win the WWE title at SummerSlam. Shawn Michaels super kicks Daniel Bryan at Hell in a Cell. Mark Henry feigns retirement before attacking John Cena.
Oh, that. I don't even need to hear the rest.
Paul Heyman betrays CM Punk at WWE Money in the Bank.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
I think Mark Henry,
Yeah,
and
Mark
then I
Henry.
hope the Shield double crosses him when they present.
And they have some match on Raw.
Yeah.
Cool. Fine by me.
Okay. Match of the Year, presenter Bret Hart, Undertaker versus CM Punk, WrestleMania 29, John Cena versus The Rock, Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, Battleground, Triple H and Brock Lesnar, Extreme Rules.
I am overjoyed that Rollins and Reigns versus Cody and Goldust made that list for Match of the Year. It deserves it, but it won't be it. It will be Punk and Undertaker.
Punk and Taker.
I was going to say Triple H and Lesnar because I really like that match, but that's my personal
Triple H gives himself Match of the Year. Actually, I like that. I like that.
And the winner is me.
Oh, well, look here. Okay. Insult of the Year, presenter The Miz. Stephanie McMahon insults Big Show. AJ goes off on Total Divas. Paul Heyman insults towards CM Punk. Zeb Coulter's insult, period.
It's. I mean, we want it to be AJ. I wouldn't be surprised if Zeb somehow wins it, though.
I almost want Zeb to win it, but I think it's going to be AJ.
It better be AJ.
It's gotta be AJ.
That pipe bomb on the
She
Divas,
was
she destroyed
really
them.
good, but Zeb is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but AJ ripped those
Yeah,
girls.
she
All
was
right. How many
great.
more do we got?
We got one more.
Oh, that's it. Okay, good.
Okay, LOL. Moment of the Year's presenters Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. Okay.
Hey, New Age Outlaws. All right.
So, we got The Rock concert at the 20th anniversary of Raw. Vicky Guerrero is fired as Raw general manager. Titus O'Neil throws up on JBL,
Last
Michael
week.
Cole, and Zeb Coulter on SmackDown. Or The Great Khali and Jinder Mahal try to charm Santino's Cobra on SmackDown.
It's got to be Titus. That just happened last.
Please be Titus.
We didn't
I
get
know
to talk
Titus
about
is
that
gonna
last
win.
week.
Please be Titus.
I know Titus is gonna win, but I think the snake charming bitch should have won. It was so ridiculous.
No, but here's the problem with Snake Charming. Who's going to take the award, Jinder or Khali? That means we're going to have a match for the Slammy on Raw.
That's so
Let's just give it to Titus.
Yeah.
Titus. So there's other nominations as well, but they haven't released the nominees.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm excited for the Slammies. And you know what? If you guys can create a Slammy Award that you want us to pick a winner of, leave us comments for a different Slammy Award nominee. Give us the title of the award and nominees, and we'll pick winners here on the next week. How does that sound?
Hashtag Slammy nominee.
Hashtag Slammy nominee. Tweet it to us or put it on the YouTube page. And that's going to do it for this week's SmackDown AfterBuzz. So before we go, how can people talk to us?
Hashtag charcoal cookie.
Hashtag charcoal. How can you become a charcoal cookie, Rome?
Easy Bake
How can
Oven
he
in
do
the
it?
house.
Jesse Jackson is gonna send a letter to you.
Steven came up with it. It's Steven, not me.
Rome the Ruler on Twitter, as always. Hit me up. Jesse Jackson is drafting the letter right now. Al Sharpton is gonna do the show with me next week. Thank you.
Oh, God. Oh, God, Corey.
Hey, you can find me at Kaorious, Kaorious.
Are you going to start a Nation of Domination here next week? Is that what's going to happen?
could.
Oh, God. Follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. Join the garden, become a Rosebud. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. For Omar and Corey Takee, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We will see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Charcoal cookies.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.